there is so much information that is stored in the genome, but also from sequencing, there is so much that you can find out about a plant. The project that I'm working on is at JGI, but in partnership with the University of Texas. The project is basically looking at the gene sequencing information that they have of plants that have been mutated by first neuron irradiation. The goal that I had is to be able to analyze this data and see what information it has to offer, and then using that bulk of information to create a user-friendly and interactive web-based app.
Our project in particular had a number of parts. So it was a large data set. The data set came from an experiment that was somewhat complicated, and she had to first understand the point of the experiment, the biology behind it, then the structure of the data itself, how it was presented, then understand how to extract meaning from that data, and then move to making an interactive app for someone else to be able to basically do everything she did, but with the click of a button.
In the event someone wants to look for a specific gene, or if they don't know a gene, but they have a characteristic, right? Say thin branches, and they want to search for that to know which genes are responsible for that effect. They can go to the app, type in details of their questions. The app would populate and tell you these are the genes that are potentially responsible for this characteristic.
The way you'd usually do this would be through like a command line on a computer. But we basically built a web application that allows you to just click and type and interact with it like you would a web application. And that really eliminates a lot of the burden in exploring these types of data sets, these large catalogs, and it makes it accessible to various types of researchers without requiring any software or programming experience. That's really the power in it.
When I was first introduced to the data, I even had no idea what I was looking at. It's basically a whole, I want to say, language of its own. In my mind, I knew that it would be a little bit of a challenge because it's outside of my comfort zone. In the beginning, it was very frustrating because I didn't know how to begin asking these questions, how to get unstuck. Now, one, I'm able to understand it, but then two, I've now been equipped with the skills to think of a question and actually plan through how I can answer that question using the programming skills that I've learned. I feel like I've really grown in confidence in knowing that being stuck is part of the process, is part of learning. That's been most surprising, that now I'm able to do that, and has also been encouraging because that means that you're only limited by what you don't know.